The last 2 weeks, our game has been on show in the top end. Of course, 2 games in Darwin. This week, we're heading to Alice Springs. It's Melbourne and St Kilda. Now, Chad, you've played in Alice. In fact, I believe the fans voted you the MVP the last time you played in Alice Springs, which was round 10, 2016. We just found a little bit of tape of you there. Oh, you
so
looked
grumpy.
You look filthy that you'd kicked that goal. What's going on?
I don't know. I think I missed a shot before that, so I was a bit flat at myself, which is pretty stock standard. Yes, I remember playing this game. It's really hard to play up in Alice Springs, and I've got a story from actually this game in particular against Melbourne.
What is that?
Yeah, look, just nothing. I was frustrated. I'm such a grumpy guy.
Yeah, come on, lighten up.
Glad I retired at the right time. Anyway, Jakey Need, who's one of my favourite all-time players, teammates at Port Adelaide, he's got a lot. He grew up in Elliot. It's in between Darwin and Alice Springs, and came to ticket request time in Alice against Melbourne. He's like, oh, who wants tickets? Not many people were bringing their family up. Jakey Need's, oh, how many can I have? And he's like, oh, how many do you need? He's like, oh, 100? He got the whole allocation for the game, so I'll never forget that story. I've got plenty of Jake Need stories. We could have a whole segment on him.
Okay, we'll save that for next week, maybe. Now, the Dees, of course, their resurgence continues. They've won 5 of their last 6 games now, and that's down to several reasons. But one of the men that are leading the charge in that way is Cozzy Pickett, Chad, and you absolutely love him.
Yeah, I love him because he just looks confident again, and he's having an impact. I mean, we've seen him have games like this, but not for a whole season. I think we're like, oh, we get a taste of it. Oh, he's going to be an absolute star. He's going to get the All-Australian blazer. And then this year, he's actually been consistent. He's playing further up the ground. He's getting more disposals, and he's just absolutely killing it at the moment. I suppose he wore his dad's Guernsey on the weekend, and Sir Dad Nick was round, and his dad before the game said, I hope he goes out there and gets best on. And what does he do? Gets best on, kicks 5 goals, and absolute dominant display.
It was a beautiful moment, wasn't it? Now, Jack Viney, we talk about him when it comes to the Melbourne team, but Josh, his brother Max, is having an impact of his own in the AFL.
He certainly is, Nat. Last week, I went and spent some time at an MMA gym in Abbotsford to interview.
Did you get involved?
I didn't get involved.
Come on, you want to mess up his hair.
But I love this story because Max Viney is 27. He grew up with this famous football surname. We know Todd and his history at the Melbourne Football Club, now the GM at North Melbourne. And Jack's become an absolute great of Melbourne when you consider he's now a 2-time best and fairest winner. But Max, his passion has been in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's got a black belt in that, and in the last 12 months, he's dedicated a lot of his time to working with AFL players. Now, Tom Mitchell was one of the first that got involved, Scott Pendlebury, Christian Petrarca, Clayton Oliver. Now, 8 AFL clubs have hired him as a tackling and grappling coach, and tackling's never been riskier, never been more important when you consider Paul Curtis in that situation this year and all the suspensions and the threat of concussion. So it's just interesting that there's another Viney in the AFL making a mark on the game right now.
You can check out that article, of course, on AFL.com.au and the AFL Live app.